Welcome everyone to this explainer. Today, we're getting into a topic that literally impacts every single one of us. Yet, it's so often wrapped up in this confusing industry jargon. We are talking about insurance. Whether you're buying your very first car, renting an apartment, taking care of a new puppy, or just trying to secure your family's financial future, understanding the essential types of insurance for everyone is absolutely crucial. We're going to break down those barriers, decode the terminology, and help figure out exactly what safety nets you actually need in your life. Okay, let's dive into this.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with defining risk and insurance, then protecting your health and pets, safeguarding cars and property, securing income and mortgages, and finally, liability and life essentials.
Part 1. Defining risk and insurance.
Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is insurance? I mean, really, I want you to stop and ponder this totally basic question for a second. We hear the word all the time, right? We pay for it every single month. But if someone stopped you on the street and asked you to define what insurance actually is, how would you answer? Before we get into all those complex, specific policies, we really have to understand the core premise here.
Well, at its core, insurance is the ultimate risk management strategy. You are effectively taking the massive financial risk of some potential disaster and transferring it over to a larger entity, which we call the insurer. So, in short, you are basically buying financial predictability in what is an incredibly unpredictable world.
Moving on to Part 2, protecting your health and pets.
Okay, so one of the absolute most common types of insurance out there is medical insurance. But the insurance industry just loves to use a dozen different words for the exact same thing, which is honestly incredibly confusing. Let's unpack some of these synonyms real quick. You'll very often hear medical insurance referred to simply as health insurance. Depending on where you live, it might also be called health care or a health plan. Don't let the phrasing throw you off. They all fundamentally mean the exact same thing: an insurer stepping in to help cover the costs of your medical needs.
And this brilliantly illustrates how modular this whole industry can be. Take dental insurance, for example. Sometimes you buy it completely a la carte, like a totally separate thing, but often it's bundled right into your main healthcare plan. It is always worth checking exactly what your overarching plan actually includes.
Now, we absolutely cannot talk about health without talking about our furry friends. Pet insurance has become massively important lately. As any pet owner knows, animals can rack up some shockingly high medical bills if they get sick or injured. A pet insurance policy is purchased specifically to offset those overall veterinary costs. It gives you the peace of mind to make medical decisions for your pet based on what they actually need for their care, rather than just panicking over the cost.
Part 3. Safeguarding cars and property.
When it comes to our daily commutes, the jargon shifts around again, depending on where you happen to live. Car insurance is totally identical to motor insurance, or what Americans usually call vehicle insurance. Whatever you prefer to call it, it is designed to manage the massive, everyday risks associated with getting behind the wheel.
Beyond the cars we drive, we have the roofs over our heads. Home insurance, which you might also hear called property insurance, is vital, just absolutely vital. If you experience a fire, a break-in, or severe weather damage, this is the safety net that steps in to help you rebuild or replace what was lost.
But what's really fascinating here is the sheer variety of property insurance subtypes. Depending on your life situation and exactly where you live, a general policy just might not be enough. You might need boiler insurance, earthquake insurance, flood insurance, landlord insurance, or renter's insurance. And then you have these incredibly specific geographical policies, like windstorm insurance, which steps in to cover catastrophic damage specifically caused by massive hurricanes or tornadoes tearing through your town.
All right, Part 4. Securing income and mortgages. So if you own a home, you more than likely have a mortgage. But seriously, what would happen to that massive debt if something happened to you, if you couldn't work? That is exactly where mortgage protection comes in. This type of policy is designed to completely pay off your mortgage if you were to pass away, making sure your family isn't suddenly left with a giant debt they can't manage. Plus, some mortgage protection policies will actually step in and cover your monthly payments if you suddenly become disabled or sick and just can't earn your usual paycheck. Let's look at how this fits into the broader category of income protection, specifically long-term disability insurance. This is really all about a cause and effect timeline. Step 1. An unforeseen illness or injury causes a disability. Step 2, because of this, you are suddenly unable to work and earn a living. And Step 3,
Your income protection insurance kicks in and pays a portion of your lost income. It basically ensures that a medical tragedy doesn't automatically spiral into an immediate financial tragedy for your household.
And finally, Part 5, Liability and Life Essentials.
Liability insurance is a term you hear constantly in the corporate business world, but hey, it absolutely applies to individuals too. It refers to a product that provides an insured party with protection against claims resulting from injuries or damage to other people or their property. Essentially, if things go terribly wrong and you are held legally and financially responsible for someone else's loss, liability insurance is your ultimate defensive shield.
Let's quickly compare the two main types of liability insurance. First up, we have public liability. This covers claims made by the general public, like, say, someone slips and falls inside your store. Then there's professional liability, which protects you against claims initiated by clients for negligence. Because let's face it, even highly trained professionals like doctors and lawyers sometimes make mistakes. This insurance makes sure that one single professional error doesn't completely bankrupt a practice.
And that brings us to life insurance. This right here is the ultimate long-term security measure. Life insurance provides an income to an insured person's family upon their passing. These funds are just absolutely crucial during a time of profound grief. They handle all those heavy final expenses, like burial and funeral costs, while also replacing the lost income of the deceased, so the family can stay financially stable moving forward.
Well, we have covered a whole lot of ground today in this explainer, haven't we? From the roof of your head to the pits running around your yard to your very ability to earn an income. We've defined the risks and the everyday tools available to manage them. So I'll leave you at this final thought as we wrap up. You've seen the options, you know the terminology now. Take a hard look at your own personal risk management strategy. Which parts of your life are still left unprotected?